Hi guys, Laura with Evolution Pilates Studio here to bring you a 45-minute reformer flow. For this workout, you're going to need a reformer. You're also going to need a box handy. We'll be using the box intermittently throughout the class. This is an intermediate level reformer class. There will be some challenging exercises, some novel exercises within the session. I do advise you to listen to your body. If you feel that something is inappropriate for your body today, then listen to that. I will give some modifications, and as always, your reformer may be different than mine. So if you need to change out a spring to adjust for your carriage, then please do that. I just actually finished this session, so I know it was a good one. I'm looking forward to you trying it as well. So grab a reformer, grab a box, and let's get started. Okay guys, so I've got my reformer all set up on 3 heavy springs. For me, that's 2 reds and a green spring for footwork. My headrest is up. Let's come down to our back and get started. Give yourself a little space between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. Make sure that your body is right at the center of your carriage. Hands are reaching down past your hips. Let's start with our heels on the foot bar, sit bone distance apart, pinky toes flex back towards the shins. Nice neutral spine here. Just take a breath. Inhale into the back of the ribs and exhale, deepen the navel to the spine. And inhale into the back of the ribs and exhale, navel to spine. We'll do 2 more just like that before we get moving. Inhale and exhale. Last time through, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, press the legs to straight and exhale, pull the carriage back home. Tailbone is nice and steady on that mat, reaching towards your heels. Inhale and exhale. Once you have the movement down, let's pick up the pace a little bit for 8 and in, and 7 and in. That's it. Last 4 and 3 and 2. Last time, come halfway in, come down an inch and out an inch. Down an inch and out an inch. Imagine that the heels are dragging down towards the base of the carriage for 4 and 3 and 2. And last 1, straighten the legs all the way out and come all the way in. Let's move to the toes. Still sit bone distance parallel. Heels are nice and high. Do 2 slow for me. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then 10 a little quicker. And in. And in. Finding all that length through the spine. Reach long through the crown of the head for 6, 5. Heels are nice and still in space. 4. Good. 3, 2, last 1, halfway in, come out an inch and in an inch, and out an inch and in an inch, making sure that all 10 toes are attached to that foot bar. Good for 4 and 3 and 2, and last 1, straighten the legs all the way out, swivel the heels together, externally rotate those thigh bones, exhale and inhale. 2 slow, exhale and inhale. 10 more a little quicker, and out and out. And 6 and 5. Last 3, neck is relaxed. 2, last 1, come halfway in, out an inch and in an inch. Good. Draw the navel up and in. Front of the ribs sliding down to the hips for 4 and 3 and 2. And last 1, straighten the legs all the way out, come all the way in. Move your heels nice and wide to the outside edges of your foot bar. 2, nice and slow. Inhale out, backs of the inner thighs come closer to one another. Exhale in, and again, inhale out, and exhale in. 10 with a little more speed, and in, and in. Good. 6, 5, Last 2. Last 1, halfway in. Out an inch and in an inch. Backs of the inner thighs initiating the movement for 4 and 3, 2, and last 1, press all the way out, come all the way in, put your toes where your heels were in that wide position. 2 slow, press out and pull in. Inhale and exhale, 10 more with a little more speed. 9, extending through those legs. And 6, 5, relax the shoulders. 4, last 2, and last 1, come halfway in, out an inch, in an inch. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Straighten those legs all the way out. Come all the way back in. Beautiful. Scoot yourself a little bit away from your shoulder blocks. Bring your knees into a tabletop position. Bring your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers and lift your head, neck, and chest up. Your elbows are wide. Let's start single leg stretch legs. Reach one foot over the foot bar and switch, and switch, and switch. Keeping the pelvis nice and stable here. Good for 8, 7, 6, can you curl up a little higher for me? Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Both knees hug in, hands to the outsides of the shins. Extend arms and legs away from each other. Bring the arms out to a T and then circle around. Everything extends out to a T, circle. The head, neck, and chest, let's stay lifted in that forward flexion throughout. You've got 5, and 4, exhale, 3, 2, and last time. Beautiful job. Extend your right leg to the ceiling, left leg over the foot bar. Pull, pull twice and switch. Pull, pull twice and switch. For 4, and 3, and 2. Last time, beautiful toes to the ceiling, hands come back behind the head, pointed toes and external rotation, lower, 2, 3, flex, lift, point, lower, 2, 3, flex, lift. Good, 3 more. And 2, keep that low back pressing down towards the carriage. Last time, down, 2, 3, and lift. Beautiful job. From here, extend the left leg, right leg in tabletop. Rotate to the right. Come back through center and switch. And switch. Exhale that breath on that rotation. Good. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center. Lower the head, lower the feet down. Be careful for just a moment. Lift your head, take your headrest down. Lower your head down. Arms down by the sides. Let's go heels, sit bone distance apart on the foot bar. Tuck your tailbone under and roll the spine up into a bridge. Thigh bones are parallel to one another. Take a breath, inhale here, and exhale, roll the spine back down. 3 more just like that. Tailbone under, roll it up, and roll it down. Last 2 here, trying to keep that carriage nice and quiet. Use those hamstrings and those glutes. Last time. And roll it down. From here, just move your heels together, your knees and toes apart in a little Pilates V, and let's roll the spine back up again, and roll the spine back down. 3 more just like that. Good. Keeping the neck relaxed, gazes up towards the ceiling. Last time, let's hold those hips up. And butterfly the knees out, and out, and out, and out. 10 more with a little more speed. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Last position for the feet. Let's bring our heels wide on the foot bar. A little bit of external rotation in the hips. Roll the spine back up into your wide bridge. Roll the spine back down. Again, keeping the carriage as quiet as possible. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. And last time, hold those hips up and press the thigh bones out and out. Good. 10 more with a little more speed. 10, 9, 8. Hips are height. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the spine all the way down. Good. Let's prop ourselves up. We're going to take our spring load down to 1 medium spring. For me, that's 1 blue balance body spring. And come on back down onto our back. Headrest can be up or down for this series, whatever feels most comfortable for your neck. Grab onto your left strap with your left hand. Right hand is down by your side, hovering over the carriage. Bring both knees into a tabletop position. Engage the bottom of the armpit, and from here just lower and lift that arm. Equal weight through both sides of the pelvis. That's it. Let's do 4 more here. Nice long elbow. And 3, 2. Last one, we're going to make this lower lift into a circle. So you're going to bring your hand down to your hip, externally rotate at the shoulder, bring the arm out, around, and back up. Keeping constant tension on your strap for 3, 2, and last time, and then reverse that circle for 5, 4, be careful that the ribs don't start to translate side to side, last 3, easier said than done, last 2, and last time. Good. Bring your arm back up above the shoulder. This time around, extend your opposite leg up to the ceiling. So my left arm, my right leg are lifted. As I lower my arm down, I'm going to also lower my leg down and then bring it back up. Tailbone heavy on the mat throughout. Good for 3. And 2. And last one, we're going to go back into those arm circles. This time we're also adding a leg circle. So a lot of coordination. The arm and leg go out to opposing sides, circle down, around, and back up. Out to the sides, down, around, and back up. You can make these circles as big or small as needed to stabilize through the pelvis and shoulders. Good. Last 2. And last time. Nice job. Hold the right leg forward, extend the left arm out to the side, and bring the arm right into the hip and back out for 3. And then we add a little leg movement, 2. And last one, as the left arm extends out to the side, so does the right leg, and then hug everything into the midline. For 4, exhale that breath, 3. Last 2. And last time. Come back center, bend both knees, release your feet down to the foot bar. Let's place that strap back and grab our other. So repeating that series on the other side. If you have a choice of loops, go for your smaller loop here, knees and tabletop, left arm hovering over the carriage, right arm to the sky. Lower and lift that arm. Nice long elbow. Finding your stability right through your center. Good job. We've got 4 more to go here. 3. Last time, let's make that into an arm circle. Arm goes down, out to the side, around and back up. Find your breath for 4, 3, last time, reverse your circle. Take your time in your transitions. Last 4 and 3 and last time. Arm goes straight back up to the ceiling. Extend your opposite leg to the ceiling as well. And now let's lower and lift arm and leg. Try to work at the same rate with both limbs. Nice, you've got 3 more to go here. And 2. And last one. Hold that leg extended forward. Turn your palm in. Open your right arm out to the right and back into the hip. Inhale and exhale. Now you can stay here or you can add the opposite leg reaching out to the side and back in. So everything goes out and back into the midline of the body. You've got 3 more. And 2. And last time here. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Place the feet back on the foot bar. Replace your strap for a moment. We're going to come up just to put on 2 heavy springs. So I'm going for 2 reds. I'm going to take off my medium spring. So I've just got the 2 reds on and then come all the way down. From here, we're going to put our feet into our longer loops. So both feet in, body at the center of the carriage. Let's start in frog. Arms down by the sides, heels are together, knees are over the hips in a little Pilates V. Actively squeeze your heels together, extend the legs long and point through the toes, flex the feet and bend the knees. Extend and point, flex and bend. Backs of the inner thighs hugging in together. Tailbone is heavy on the mat. This is a great opportunity to check in with your spine. Make sure you're in a nice neutral pelvis. Hip points pointing straight up to the ceiling above you. You've got 4 more. And 3, 2. Last one, leave the legs extended. Stay in that external rotation as you lift the legs towards the ceiling and lower the legs forward. Working from the core. Those feet are just following the movement. For 4 and 3. Last 2 and last time. Good. From here, bend back into frog. Keep the carriage completely still as you reach your legs up an imaginary wall so the toes come towards the ceiling. And then lower the legs back forward to your diagonal line. Bend back into frog. Keep the carriage still as you lengthen the toes up and then lower the legs forward and down. So this is like a sagittal circle. Good. And 3 more. Keep those heels squeezing together the whole entire time. 2. And last time here. Good, let's reverse it. From frog, press out to your high diagonal. Lengthen the toes up to the ceiling. Keep your carriage still as you bring the legs back into frog. And again, press out on your diagonal. Lift the toes to the ceiling. Keep the carriage still as you bend back into frog. Let's do 3 more just like that. Nice and controlled. And 2. And last time. Beautiful. Back into frog. Again, this time around, we're going to extend the legs out to the sides, out to a V. And back into frog. Keeping the carriage totally still throughout, out to a V, and back into frog. Let's do 3 more here. Activating through those inner thighs, and 2, And last one, leave the legs extended into that V. And now from here, move the carriage as you slide your heels together. And move the carriage as you slide your legs out to your V. In and together, out into your V. Using those upper inner thighs for 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Come out into your V one more time. Keep the carriage still as you bend back into frog, and then extend those legs forward to the high diagonal. Out to your V, carriage still back into frog, carriage moves high diagonal. A few more this direction. Last time through. And reverse, back into frog. Carriage stays still as you open to your V. Carriage moves as you come back to your high diagonal. Back into frog, out to your V, and move the carriage for 3 and 2. Find your breath. And last time here. Beautiful. From here, bend those knees, grab onto your straps or your clips and just give yourself a nice little stretch for those inner thighs. You can rock your hips a little side to side here. Really open up through those hips. Very nice job. Let's take our feet out of our straps. Place your straps back for now onto your pegs and come all the way up. I'm going to take my carriage down to 1 medium spring. So I'm back onto my blue spring, and I'm going to get my long box. So I'm going to take my foot bar down and place my box up onto the carriage, right in front of the shoulder blocks. Lay down on your belly. Good. Chest on or off the box. Legs are nice and long and extended. My belly is lifted. I'm engaged through my glutes and my hamstrings. Now I'm going to grab onto just my right strap. My left hand is coming up onto my low back. My gaze is down towards the floor. From here, one long arm comes back and up. One long arm comes forward and down. Exhale and inhale. And exhale. And inhale, trying to press both sides of my hip bones equally into the mat. Beautiful job. You've got 4 more to go here. Last 2. And last time. Hold the elbow high, bend the elbow to 90 degrees, and extend and bend the elbow. Tricep press here. As you extend the right arm, see if you can lift your left leg up a little bit. Good, for 4 and 3. Last 2 and last time. Beautiful. Replace that strap. Grab onto your other. Nice and high on the strap. Right hand comes up to the low back. Again, lengthen through the back of the neck, lift through the glutes and the hamstrings. Now your long arm is going to pull up to the hip and forward and down. Up and back and forward and down. Be careful that those ribs, again, are not laterally shifting to one side. And 4 more here. Last 2. And last 1, hold the elbow high and bend the elbow to 90 degrees and extend the elbow. Adding on, as the left arm extends, the right leg lifts and lowers. It's not a huge movement with the leg. The movement is stemming from the glute. And 4. And 3. And last time. Beautiful. Replace that strap back on your peg. Grab high up on the wooden rails, thumbs on top, shoulders away from the ears. Hold tight. From here, pull yourself forward, coming up into back extension. And then lower yourself forward and down, bringing the arms forward of the shoulders. And again, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Bring those knees a little wider on your backs. We're going to add on here as an option, as you pull yourself forward up into back extension, bend your knees and bring your heels together. Extend those legs out wide and lift and bend. For 4 and 3. Last 2. And last time. Beautiful. All right. Very nice. Let's take our hands onto the edge of our box, prop ourselves up, and turn around so that we can sit facing back with our feet on our headrest. You're still on that 1 medium spring. You're going to bring your tailbone nice and close to the front edge of the box. Reach down and grab your straps. Choke up high on those straps. From here, extend those arms forward. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, bring those arms back behind you. Hold the arms back. Look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. Look center and release the arms. Again, the other way. Pull back, look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. Look center and return. As the arms pull back, think about lifting up through the back of the rib cage so that the front of the ribs stay sliding down to the hips. Last time here. Beautiful. Hold those arms up in front of you. Take a breath, inhale to grow taller. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under and roll your body back onto your box. Good. Shoulder blades come down. You can take your gaze back if it feels good to you. Otherwise, chin stays into the chest. Chin comes back into the chest, and let's roll the spine back up. And again, tailbone reaches under to move the carriage, and let's roll it down. Taking the gaze back, opening the shoulders if it feels good, and then chin to chest, ribs to hips, and roll up. Let's do one more just like that. From here, sitting on top of your sit bones, bring those arms back by the hips one more time. Let's try to keep the hands down by the hips as we roll our spine down, rounding all the way down. Stay in forward flexion this time. Keep the hands still in space and roll the spine back up. Keep those hands right where they are and roll back down again. Keep those hands right where they are and roll back up again. Let's do one more just like that. And roll back up. Very nice job. From here, tuck the tailbone under. Find a balance point right behind your tailbone. Draw the navel up and in. Bring one knee into a tabletop position and then switch to the other foot. And switch. You can go slower here. Find that control through the torso. For 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Maybe both knees come up into tabletop, finding your teaser. Mirror your chest to your thighs, thighs to your chest. Option to extend the legs long and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Carefully place the feet down onto the headrest. And let's replace our straps. Good. All right, guys, from here, we're going to take that box and turn it sideways. In front of the shoulder blocks, or you could go over the shoulder blocks if you're a little taller and you need more space. I'm going to put some more springs onto my carriage so that I can stabilize it. So I've got all my springs on. I'm going to have a seat on the box. I'm facing you. I'm going to take my top foot into my foot strap and then lean my body over so that my bottom hand can be on my headrest. Top hand behind the head. Good. When you're ready, find a long line from your ribs to your hips and then bring the bottom hand up to meet the top hand. You're in one nice long line from foot to the crown of your head. From here, you're going to lower your bottom elbow down towards the headrest and come right back up just to your straight line. And again, down and right back up to your straight line. Let's do 4 more here. I might not talk very much through these. And 3. And 2, your hips are stacked. From your straight line, now we go up and back to our straight line. And up and back to our straight line for 2 more. And last time. Find your straight line. Now we're just going to rotate. So keeping the hips still, rotate your top shoulder forward and your bottom shoulder back. The rib cage is rotating. And then open back up to me. And rotate, exhale. And inhale. For 2. Last time. Last thing we're going to do is just hold in our straight line, reaching long through the crown of your head. See if you can gain an inch. Maybe the arms come up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big stretch down towards the well. One hand on either side of the wooden frame. And release that work. Good. From here, let's come all the way up. Turn over onto the other hip, replacing your foot under the foot strap. Come all the way over. Good. So my bottom hand is on my headrest, just briefly. I'm finding lots of length from my foot to my hip to my head, top hand behind the head. When you're ready, float the bottom hand up to meet the top. Find a nice long line from the crown of the head to the foot, and then the bottom elbow comes down to the headrest and back up. 3 more to go here. 2. Last time. From your straight line, top elbow comes up and back out. For 3. And 2. And last time. Find that long line one more time. Let's rotate. Bottom shoulder back, top shoulder forward, the ribs rotate. And back to your straight line for 3. And 2. Top hip is steady, last time. Find your long line, hold here. Maybe the arms extend for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that big stretch down. Very nice job. Release that. Come all the way up. Let's come off of our box. We will not need it anymore today, so you can get it out of your way. From here, we're going to put our foot bar back up. And I'm going to come down to 1 heavy and 1 medium spring. For me, that's a red and a blue. Setting up for plank or long stretch, we're going to take both hands onto the foot bar, both feet against the shoulder blocks, and come right up into our plank. I want you to pull yourself home. Right, so the carriage is fully in, shoulders over the wrists, and pause. You have a nice supportive spring on here. Let your heels drop into the shoulder blocks, lift through the belly, and when you're ready, inhale the carriage out, and exhale the carriage back home. Rotating around the shoulder joint, inhale out, and exhale in. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. And last time. Press the carriage out just a bit. Pause here, and from here you're going to bring the carriage in by piking the hips up. The ears come right between the upper arm bones, and then press right back out into your plank. And again, lift the hips, rotating at the shoulder, and press back out. Let's do 2 more here, and then we'll have an option to add on. Last time. Pressing back out. Now, as you pull into that pike one more time, you have the option to take your right hand down and over to your left shin, and then back onto the foot bar. And then other side. Rotate and reach to the shin, and back out to the foot bar. Otherwise, you're still doing the pike to plank motion. That's it. Tailbone reaching up to the sky in that pike. 1 more each way. Very nice job. From here, bring the carriage in and out. Bending and straightening the legs. Good for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Carefully bring the carriage in and lower both knees down onto the carriage. Your hands are still on the foot bar. Let's make sure our feet are strongly pressed against the shoulder blocks. From here, press your pelvis forward, lifting through the front of the abdominals, coming into back extension, and then press the carriage out and pull yourself out and up over your foot bar. And again, zipping up through the belly, lifting through the sternum. Good, engaging through the undersides of the armpits, little squeeze. And 4, 3, last 2, and last time. Beautiful. Okay. From here, I'm going to take myself down to 1 heavy spring, so 1 red spring. I'm also going to change my foot bar so it's on a slightly lower height. If you have that option, you can do that as well. Then I'm going to have a seat very close to the front edge of my carriage. If you find that you're slipping, you might need to put a sticky pad underneath your tush. From here, let's take our feet up onto the foot bar into a Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. You're going to take your hands and grab the edge of your carriage, pulling up on the edge of the carriage, puffing up the back of the rib cage, shoulders over the hips. From here, press the carriage out, lower the heels under the foot bar, lift the heels up, and then pull yourself all the way home. And again, press out, lower, lift, and pull. Let's talk about the breath a little bit. Inhale on the way out, hold your breath, lower lift. Exhale, press the air out with your thighs. Inhale out, exhale, hold, lower lift, and exhale, pull it in. For 3, hold as you lower lift, and in. 2, and last time here. Keeping those heels squeezed together. From here, let's bring our hands back behind us, either onto your shoulder blocks or onto the carriage. Lift up through the chest, your spine is nice and long. Press the carriage out, lower, lift the heels, and pull all the way in. Again, inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. Inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. For 3, and 2, last time. Beautiful. Transition to your hands coming right in front of the shoulders. Sit up tall out of the sit bones and just press out and in. Out and in. For 5, 4, 3. We're going to add rotation in just a second. So as you press the carriage out after this one, you're going to rotate to me. Rotate, extend, pull in and reach. Rotate, extend the back arm, rotate and reach. Sitting up tall out of that low back. Trying to pull the carriage all the way in every time you come back center. That's it. For 4. And 3. Last 2. And last time. Beautiful job. Take your feet down. Let's put on 2 outside springs. So I'm going to put a red on the outside of, on each side. Good, I'm going to take my headrest down. It already is. And then I'm going to lay down on my back. And the reason for the outside springs is so you have somewhere eventually for your tushy to go. Okay, so we're going to come into semicircle. I'm going to take my heels wide on my foot bar. My foot bar is still a little lower, although you could raise it back up if you wanted to. Hands on the shoulder blocks. Now to transition into our starting position, we're going to push the carriage out from underneath us, straightening the arms all the way until our tush can rest on those outside springs, right between the outside springs. Make sure you have a good heel placement on your foot bar. Nice. Let your hips drop into the well. From here, keep your hips low and press the carriage out. When the legs extend, tuck your tailbone under and roll the hips up off of the carriage, and then pull yourself in with the hips nice and high. Good. From the upper back, roll the spine down, keeping the carriage as close to the stopper as you can. Tailbone goes into the well between those springs. Press the carriage out with the tailbone low. Tuck the tailbone under and slowly roll the spine up. Articulate that spine. Pull the carriage in with the hips high. Let's do 3 more in that direction. Once you've got it, just move with grace. Enjoy that circle. One more to go here. Beautiful, and then we'll reverse it. So your hips are high. Press the carriage out with hips high. From the upper back, roll through the spine. Tailbone is the last thing to unfurl and bring the carriage in with the hips low. And again. Let's do 2 more here. And last time. Very nice job. Pull yourself back up onto your carriage. That's it. Sometimes it takes a while, right? Especially if you're a little sweaty. Nice job. All right, beautiful job. Let's prop ourselves up off to the side. Good, I'm gonna take off one of my heavy springs. Now I just have the one heavy spring on. I'm going to switch my foot bar so it's at its highest position. You may choose to want a little more spring for this exercise. Both hands come onto the foot bar. Your inside foot is going to go against your shoulder block. Your outside foot is going to go right next to your foot bar. From here, I'm just going to start by coming into a nice lunge, opening up the front of my hip flexor, pulling halfway in, and then pressing out again. And halfway in, and pressing out again. Nice and easy. That's it. When you're ready, try to straighten the back leg so much that the back knee can come up off of the carriage, and then come up in with a straight leg, hands right over the foot bar, and press out and back. And again, up and forward, back knee is lifted off the carriage, out and back. Last 3 here. You can stay with this exercise, last 2, or we can add on. So if you're adding on, as you bring the carriage back home, you're going to transfer the weight into your hands and float the outside knee up to the elbow, and then slowly descend back down. And again, up and down, up and down. 3 more to go like this. And last one, changing our outside leg. As we bring ourselves forward and in, the outside leg will sweep back and up and land. Back and up and land. 3 more to go. And 2. And last time. Beautiful. Land in your lunge. Straighten your front leg out as much as feels good, and just take a nice hamstring stretch here. Beautiful. Holding for a few moments. And then when you're ready, bending that front knee and carefully coming up to come around to the other side. Let's start just with that nice lunge. So setting it up with our inside foot against the shoulder block, outside foot against close to the foot bar. Hands on the foot bar and just sink down and feel that nice stretch through the front of the hip here. Good. From here, float the back knee up off of the carriage. Transfer your weight forward into your hands and then back. Closing the carriage and opening the carriage. Good. If you'd like to add on, as you shift your weight forward into your hands, you're going to float that outside knee up towards the elbow and then gently place it back down again. For 3. Nice and smooth. Last time. Changing our leg, outside leg sweeps back and up, down and forward. Back and up, down and forward. Last 3. And 2. And last time. Beautiful. Come down into that stretch. Straighten your front leg out as much as feels comfortable. And stay here for a few moments. Good. Coming up whenever you're ready. Turning to face back on your carriage, hands on the shoulder blocks, knees are on the carriage about sit bone distance apart. And let's just do a few cat-cows here to finish. So rounding the spine, puffing up the back of the ribs, letting the head reach down towards the headrest, and then arching the back. And again, round. Great job today. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the new workouts that I post. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. Good. Last 2. And last time, bringing the toes together and the knees apart, hands wide on the outside rails, bringing your forehead down to your reformer and just stretching in this relaxation pose. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. On your inhales, feeling the belly expand into the thighs, and exhaling, relax. 2 more breaths here. Carefully propping yourself back up and having a seat. All right, thank you again so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.